Hi! Okay, Jay watched a video on what if if Fox never shot Fives. It mildly irked her because the narrator stated that the observation droid accidentally spotted Fives. It doesn't make any sense that the droids deliberately sent after Fives would accidentally see him leaving. So I got to thinking, how many different things could have happened? Is there any possible way that Fives would have won? We'll start with some ground rules first. If we label Fives as drugged, he'll be slowly dying. Nala Se gave him an overdose of something, and overdoses mean death if left untreated. If we say that no one learns of Order 66, it means that it didn't get to the ears of those who could have prevented it. We will only be doing the most realistic outcome. We will do as many as we can until all possibilities are explored. Scenario 1. What if Nala Se didn't drug Fives? Fives comes in on a gurney and everything plays out mostly the same up until the point where Palpatine orders everyone to leave. He's not above manipulation and proceeds to assure Fives that they'll look into it. If it's true, all clones will have the chips removed. This false promise puts Fives mostly at ease and he sends him away with Shaak Ti. This keeps Fives quiet long enough to have him assassinated, making it look like an accident. No one learns of Order 66 and Palpatine gets away scot-free. Scenario number 2. What if the injection killed him instantly? After injecting him, Nala Se disposes of the needle before walking back over to Shaak Ti. After they land, Shaak Ti looks over at Fives and sees that he's dead. She concludes that the removal of his chip is what killed him. She informs Palpatine and the Jedi Order. Rex never finds out about the chips, therefore he doesn't survive Order 66. Scenario 3. What if Shaak Ti caught him? Shaak Ti runs after Fives and manages to catch him before he can get outside. Shaak troops catch up to them and she orders that Fives be locked up. He's taken into custody and checked into the system. They find that he's been drugged and taken to the prison medical wing. Fives gets his system cleared and both Fox and Shaak Ti interrogate him. They arrest Nala Se, but let Palpatine go on the claim that because Fives was drugged, his testimony is questionable at best. No one learns of Order 66. Scenario number 4. What if Fives told Kix about the chips? Five enters the bar, locates Kix, and follows him into the restroom. He tells Kix everything he knows and tells him to tell Anakin and Rex. He offers to contact Kix when this coast is cleared. He leaves the bathroom but is caught and arrested before he can leave the bar. Kix sees this, grabs Jesse, and goes to find Anakin. When he's told, Anakin takes Rex and demands that Fox let him see Fives. Fox lets Rex in to talk to Fives but leaves Anakin out. Family only. Fives tells them that he told Kix, and it starts an investigation. They find Nala Se's involvement and take her down. Then they track down who she's been communicating with and discover the truth. Palpatine is arrested as a traitor, and Organa is voted in as the new Chancellor. Fives lives, and Order 66 never happens. Scenario 5. What if Fives only asked for Rex? Fives tells Kix that something big is going on and tells him to contact Rex, and leaves the general out of it. Kix is a bit confused till he explains that Anakin's too close to Palpatine. Kix contacts Rex after Fives leaves and gives him the coordinates. Anakin gets it from Rex and is confused that Fives didn't trust him, but forces Rex to bring him anyway. He sends Rex in first and Fives traps him in a force field. Anakin waits outside, listening in on their conversation with his comm. Once Fives accuses Palpatine of ordering the chip's installation, Anakin charges and argues with him. Fox shows up a few seconds later and catches Fives attempting to explain himself. Fox nods to his men and they surround them. Fox orders that they both stand down. Anakin whips out his blade and threatens Fox, while Fives tries running away. Fox's men run after Fives and trap him between boxes. They hear Anakin order Fox to leave Fives alone, and Fox snaps back that Fives needs to come in for questioning. They bring Fives over and state that he's in their custody and he's drugged. This snaps both of them out of fighting, and Fox orders that they take Fives to the prison. And four take him to the ship while one lets Rex free. Anakin then argues with Fox that he should go to the Jedi Temple. Fox states that it is a clone matter and must be handled by his brothers. Fox leaves, taking Rex with him. They find out about the chips, and Fox de-chips himself and 5 others before taking down Palpatine. Bail Organa gets voted in as the new Chancellor. Scenario number 6. What if the observation probe didn't spot Fives leaving? Fives leaves the bar and climbs into a small speeder bike. A Coruscant guard spots him leaving and calls an observation probe over. He points the droid over to Fives leaving and orders her to follow. By the time it floats over, it looks around and turns back, asking where the fugitive went. The clone face palms and no one finds out where Fives went. Fives gets to his destination, takes Rex and Anakin hostage, then tries explaining to them what's going on. After hours of frustration and yelling, Fives starts to slur and finds it hard to breathe. Anakin orders him to let them out so that they can take him to the nearest hospital. Fives stumbles over the control pad and types in the wrong code. After a couple of tries, he comments something about his fingers feeling numb and collapses on the floor. After a minute, he slurs his speech and dies. Anakin and Rex sit inside the force field until morning when a worker comes in. He sets them free and leaves Fives' body is taken to Palpatine's medical wing. Palpatine convinces the Jedi Order that the chip's removal killed him and a parasite made both him and Tup go insane. All of this leaves Anakin in a lot of guilt. No one learns of Order 66. Scenario 7. What if Fox didn't go after Fives after getting the kill order? Fox gets the kill order from Palpatine and decides to send Thyre and 9 others to capture Fives instead. It plays out the same until it's time to shoot. As Fives goes for the pistol, Thyre fires a stun blast. Fives is taken into custody. Scenario 8. What if Fox didn't give the capture and contain order? Fox leaves Palpatine's office with a kill order and contacts a squad of brothers. He tells them that they have a kill order on Fives. They ask if there's a way around it, and Fox tells them that it came straight from Palpatine, so no. After they hit in, they see Fives and all of them stop next to a box. Fox takes a breath and shoots Fives in the head, killing him instantly. Anakin and Rex stand in shock inside the force field. Fox drops his blaster and leaves. His men watch him until he's gone before setting the hostages free. Anakin thinks murderous thoughts as he yells at Fox. Rex repeatedly asks them why Fox did it. One clone tells him that Palpatine gave the order. There's no way around it. Anakin accuses Fox of making up the order and threatens to kill him. Fox's men hold Anakin back at gunpoint and tell him there's some more to come in with a body bag. So once Fives is in the bag, they take him to Palpatine's medical wing. After Palpatine tells the Jedi the easy-to-swallow lie, Anakin asks him if he gave Fox the kill order. Palpatine lies and says that he merely passed the order to Fox from Nala Se. This gets Anakin to go murder Nala Se, but nothing changes. No one learns of Order 66. Scenario 9. What if Fox shot Fives in a non-vital area? It plays out the same till it's time to shoot. Fox fires and Fives falls and flops around in pain, firing the pistol into the air. Rex pounds on the force field and shouts Fives' name. Fox and his men stun Fives and take him to a clone transport. Fox orders one of his men to free Anakin and Rex before leaving on the second transport. On the way to the prison, Palpatine calls Fox, but Fox shuts off the comm before he says anything in hopes that he'll understand later. This tips off Palpatine to Fives' condition. Fives arrives at the prison and is sent to the medical ward. In the middle of surgery, Palpatine contacts someone in the prison to kill Fives. The person injures himself and is taken to the ward. Once in, they break free of their cuffs, make sure they're alone, and kills Fives while he's recovering. Fives, being unable to fight back, dies, cutting his soon-to-be interrogation short. This leads to an investigation, and Palpatine makes it look like Nala Se is to blame for it all. No one learns of Order 66. Scenario number 10. What if he ran instead of picking up the gun? It plays the same until Fives looks at the pistol. Instead of grabbing it, he runs into the maze of crates, shouting, "Get away from me!" Fox gives his men the chase signal, and they catch him fairly quickly due to his drugged state. After some struggling, Fox convinces Fives that he wants to hear what Fives has to say, and they get him to the prison. He gets interrogated when most of the drug is removed from his system. Fox learns that he murdered chips and compares Fives' brains to a scan of the handful of his men. Finding it true, he removes his own and 5 other chips before taking down the Chancellor. Palpatine shows his truth as colors before being executed by Fox, and everyone votes Bail Organa and is the new Chancellor. Scenario 10.5. If he made it outside. He would have fallen off the edge of the platform, unable to see clearly or control his balance. He wouldn't be able to stop in time. Fox's men would have seen him and tried to stop him, to no avail. No one learns of Order 66. Scenario number 11. What if Fox used stun? Fives picks up the gun and points it at them. Fox fires a stun blast but causes Fives to uncontrollably pull the trigger. The kill shot hits Fox in the kidney and they both go down. 2 of Fox's men take Fives and 1 gets Anakin and Rex free before helping Fox. Palpatine calls Fox and realizes something's wrong when one of his men answers instead. Fives wakes up in the prison medical ward and is forced to watch post-surgery. Fox glared at him the whole time. The Jedi show up and interrogate Fives, but end up in a debate with Fox about the Jedi's interrogation skills. Once that's over, Fives tells all. The Jedi investigate and confront Palpatine. Order 66 is triggered early. Scenario 12. What if Fox snuck up on Fives to tackle him? It would play the same until Fox's signal. He signals them to watch his back and slowly creeps towards Fives as he and Anakin argued. Anakin sees Fox coming and scowls at him. Fives sees the murderer's look in his eye and turns around to face Fox. Before he can do anything, Fox points his pistol at his face and orders him to put his hands behind his head. Fives panics a bit and tries to knock the weapon from his hand. Fox recognizes the drugged look in his eye and uses it to his advantage. He swiftly takes Fives down and holds him there. Anakin orders him to let him go. Rex talks over Anakin, trying to explain what Fives was talking about. Fox demands Fives to calm down and cuffs him. After freeing Anakin and Rex, he takes him to the prison and gets the drugs out of his system. Learns of the chips, removes a few, and takes down Bail Organa is voted in. Scenario number 13. What if Anakin pushed the gun away? Fox charges Fives and orders him to stand down. Fives panics and looks up at the pistol. Anakin snaps to and sees Fives about to pick it up. He force shoves the weapon off, and Fives turns around and berates Anakin in anger. Fox quickly tackles and cuffs him as he tries to run off. Free everyone, learn about chips, take down Pops, and Organa is voted in. Same goes for if he push Fives to the ground or lifted him in the air. Only difference would be Fives struggling against the Force. Fives is taken in, Fox learns about the chips, takes down Palpatine, and Organa gets voted in. Scenario 14. If Anakin shoved Fox instead. Fox charges Fives and orders him to stand down. Before Fives is even done panicking, Anakin shoves Fox with the Force. Fox gets smacked into the clone behind him, and all his men stop to look down at him, giving Fives time to run away. Fox gets up and orders as he helps his brother up get him, and they then chase and catch him. Fox finds the force field remote and lets them out before leaving with Fives. Chips, take Palps down. We're gonna vote it in. Scenario number 15. What if Fox had just stayed still and listened? This plays out the same till it's signal time. Fox listens to Anakin and Fives argue over who attacked first and why, till Fives is screaming at Anakin to just shut up and listen, claiming that he's trying to save everyone. Fox waits until Fives has wandered away from the guns before charging. Fives tries heading for them, but Fox jumps in his path and tackles him. Once he has Fives, he orders his men to free Anakin and get Fives to the prison medical ward. Fox learns about the chips, removes a few, takes down Palpatine, and Organa gets voted in. Scenario 16. What if Fox tried to be sneaky? It plays out the same until Fox arrives and takes up a spot next to a box with 5 troops. Fox makes a new plan and gives a few hand signals to his men. They nod and one creeps around to the box with weapons on it. Fox beeps his comm when Fox is at his loudest, and the trooper takes the weapons away. Fox then nods to his men and they charge Fives. It plays semi-same until Fives sees the pistols and lightsaber gone. He runs away and gets caught. Anakin orders Fives not to trust Fox. Fox assures Fives that they're going to pump his system and get clearer answers. Fives asks him if it's a trap, so Fox puts his weapon away and Fives agrees to go with him. If Fox finds out about the chips, removes a few, takes down Palpatine, but Organa gets voted in. Scenario 17. If Anakin listened to Fives. It plays out the same until Fives says, "He told me in the medical bay." Anakin would have asked him why he would tell him all that, and that it doesn't make sense, asking if that's why he attacked the Chancellor. He'd encourage Fives to get medical help from the Jedi. Fives would ask him if it's a trap, stating that the Chancellor wants to kill him. Anakin would tell him that they have a ship outside he can hide in. No one would know. Fives would see that he believes him and sets them free. They take Fives to their ship, but Fox arrives. Anakin makes Rex take him, and while he distracts Fox. Due to Anakin standing in the landing spot and the fact that Fives is in his custody, Fox motions his ship to leave. Anakin takes Fives to the Jedi Temple. They arrive and he finds that Fox is there too, but only to investigate. Fives tells the Jedi and they don't believe him. The drugs in his system would tip them off to LSA hiding something, but not Palpatine. Reason they don't believe? Between the drugs and missing chip, Fives' memory and judgment is impaired, so his testimony is questionable. Fox and Anakin take separate paths to find the truth. Anakin gets lied to by Palpatine and slowly believes that Fives removing his chip just made him go insane. Fox looks into the type of drug used and asks a lot more questions, taking Palpatine's words with a grain of salt. They hand Fives over to Fox as a prisoner, and Fox finds out about the chips, removes a few, then goes on to take down Palpatine. Anakin defends Palpatine from Fox and even goes so far as to kill him. Fives escapes prison after Order 66. Scenario 18. What if Fives chose a different place? Honestly, with this one, Fives wouldn't have a quick way to take them hostage, and he'd have to hide the entire time talking to them. It would play out the same, but with hide and seek thrown in. Scenario number 19. If the force field didn't work, it would play out the same till the force field didn't activate. Fives gets frustrated and makes them stand there and skips to just telling them. When Fox comes in, he notices it's not technically a hostage crisis and charges, ordering him to stand down. Rex sees Fives looking at the pistols and tackles him just as he reaches for them. Anakin snarls at Fox and orders him to go away. Fox disobeys and Rex pulls Fives to his feet, explaining to Fox that something is wrong with Fives and mentions the chips. Fox comes over to cuff Fives, but Anakin shoves him in an attempt to keep him away, claiming that Fox will kill Fives first chance he gets. Fives gets really confused when they are getting a heated debate until Fives watches Fox jerk away from Anakin in fear. Anakin tries grabbing Fives, but Fives protests, saying, "You don't believe me!" Both Rex and Fox reassuring him that they'll listen and believe that it's true, if it's true. Fox adding that he has scanners back at the prison to check the evidence himself. Anakin accuses Fox that he doesn't care about evidence and that he'll kill Fives. Fox has his last straw and snaps at Anakin. This leaves Anakin wildly stunned, and Fox takes off with Fives and Rex. Anakin goes back to the council and gets them on his side, forcing Fox to give up Fives before his interrogation. In the middle of Fives getting transferred to the temples, Palpatine sends an assassin to shoot Fives and blames everything on Nala Se. No one learns of Order 66. Scenario 20. If the drug got worse. Everything plays out the same until Fives gets on the bike. He flies towards his destination, but the drug in his system starts doubling his vision. He jerks too hard on the handles trying to avoid one vehicle and smashes into another. Both he and the other driver crash and burn on another level. The observation probe following him sees this and reports the accident to Fox, stating that he's dead. Palpatine pretends to be sad and sends Fox away, then smiles in relief. No one learns of Order 66. Scenario number 21. If the drug started to wear off, it plays out the same until Fives is in the taxi. It starts wearing off and he takes note of this. He heads into the bar, talks to Kix, gives him coordinates, then starts to leave. He sees the Coruscant guard enter and decides to borrow a helmet before leaving. He climbs on a bike and heads out. An observation droid follows him until he spots it. He quickly figures out how to lose it before heading to his real destination. The scene plays out mostly the same, except Fives speaks a bit more calmly and Fox ends up in the wrong place. Fives tells them everything, but gets frustrated with Anakin when he gets defensive of Palpatine. After a bit, the guard spot Anakin's ship and land. They comment at Fives as being driven nuts over Anakin's stubbornness. Fox stops next to a crate and waits for an opening. Fives finally gives up and sets them free, threatening to tell someone else. Fox motions his men to stand back and slowly walks forward. Fives sees him and panics, believing it's a trap. Fox puts his gun down and Fives asks if he'll listen to his case. He relaxes when Fox nods. Anakin interjects and claims that Fox can't be trusted. Fives looks between the two, his gut feeling reactivating, and for the first time in his life, steps away from Anakin. Anakin growls and Fox takes Fives away. He learns about the chips, finds it's true, removes a few, takes down Palpatine, and Organa gets voted in. Scenario 22. What if Fox came with Anakin? Fox calls Rex and Fives, leaves the bar and asks them... Fox calls Rex after Fives leaves the bar and asks them if he will let him know if Fives contacts him. Rex informs him that he has set up a meeting. Fox asks to come with them, and Rex picks them up at the Senate building. Anakin doesn't like it, but agrees to it anyway. They arrive, and Fox hangs back a bit while Fives takes Rex and Anakin hostage. He watches from beside a box while Fives tells all. Fox decides to listen up until Fives mentions the chips. He comes forward and asks a few questions of his own. Fives is startled by this and accuses them of setting a trap. Fox and Rex assure him that it's not. Fox agrees to listen to it if he lets them go. Fives thinks about it and then lets go. Once they're free, Fox gets him talking again. When Fives mentions that Palpatine's involved, Anakin gets defensive. Fox makes him stand down and calms Fives down so his words are clearer. After Fives finishes, Fox and Rex take him back to the ship and get him medical care. While he's recovering, Fox investigates and takes down Palpatine. Scenario number 23. What if Q showed up? Q watched the episode and snaps his fingers. All the weapons disappear and Fox tackles a confused Fives. Then he appears in front of them. He claims to have nothing against the original trilogy, but if preventing Order 66 keeps the sequels from happening, he'll be more than happy to help. He snaps his fingers and all the clones' chips are gone. In conclusion, Palpatine and Nala Se, once hearing that Fives knew about the chips and removed his own, wanted him dead. This cannot change. Fox wanted him alive, but circumstances forced him to obey. The Jedi wanted him alive, but did nothing to ensure his survival. Any way you slice it, Fox would have taken Palpatine down if he knew about the inhibitor chips. Changing one thing would have created a whole different story. Okay, the reason why we keep saying Organa gets voted in is because he's actually got he's actually the only one listed as having a reputation as being liked by both friends and enemies alike. Political enemies. And that's what we got. Bye!